The experience that an entrepreneur has when they walk in the door of a VC firm, that it shouldn't be women in the more service roles and men in, it shouldn't feel like you're walking into Mad Men when you walk into a VC firm, basically. I work with female founders who have had venture capitalists put their hands on their knee during a presentation. And that's the small stuff. I worked with someone who set up a fake meeting to try and lure someone else I worked with to a hotel room. It's not easy to do a great job at your job when you're not feeling like you belong.
I've definitely had experiences where I do not feel like I was welcomed to the same parties or given the same access. There's times I felt like I was second-guessed or marginalized or made to feel like an imposter. And I always feel like I had to be that much more aggressive, that much better, that much more forthcoming, and deliver returns at a higher level than my male peers just to be given a seat at the table.
So over 60% of small businesses in the United States are actually founded or co-founded by women. That's the good news. However, if you go into venture-backed, right, so that they need more capital than you can get from bank loans or whatever else. I just saw a recent article that said 6.5% of venture capital-backed companies have women founders or co-founders. I've seen numbers as high as 10%. Those numbers are not encouraging. Probably part of the reason from that standpoint is on the other side, my side of the business, I'm now an entrepreneur having co-founded my fund after being at a large firm for 15 years where I was the only woman for 10 of those years. Now there are no women left at my former firm, which is not unusual. Less than 4.5% to 6% of the investors on the venture capital side are women. And it is a business very much of sort of networking and qualified referrals into your potential investor, right? You're investing at the seed stage a few $100,000 to $5 to $10 million at the initial investment in what is a very early stage startup. And so the quality of the referral that you get is a big part of it. And it's no surprise to me that people tend to know other people who are sort of like them. There have been tons of studies in social science that show that. So the number of women who are coming forward at most of these, at most venture partnerships to be presented at the partnership level for a final investment decision is very small. That's because the other usually white male guys who went to the same 5 or 6 schools have very deep networks for people who look a lot like them. So I'm happy to say, as Denise was saying, in my investment career over the last 15 years, I now have over a third, I wish it was 50%, over a third of my companies have women founders or co-founders. 3 of them are in this room and I have several others. And I think that is, the bar is exactly the same. But I think that it's easier I see a lot more opportunities in women-backed companies.